isn't something we invented. It's observable, powerful. It's the one thing we're capable of perceiving that transcends dimensions of time and space.
What a time, huh?
Oh, you're kind of loving. There's nothing left to figure out. I said I'm going crazy. Wondering how I do without. No, please, honey, don't take it away. I'll be a good boy, do whatever you say. Listen to me, darling, please. I can let you go away, baby. Leave me this way. You better run right back. Every time you walk through me, girl, I'm thinking I can do it.
All right, Maryashly, Austin, just a few minutes, you're going to publicly express your love and commit yourself to one another through the sacred covenant of marriage. And I know why we got here. I know how we got here. It's because of the people that you are. Both of you hold yourself with the highest character. Everybody loves you. You're just the life of the party. And I know that this was not an accident. I don't believe for 1 second that this was just a coincidence that you guys ended up together. God orchestrated this relationship to be here at this moment before either of you were even born. He saw it and he was pleased. All right, at this time, Maryashly and Austin have prepared some vows for each other.
Maryashly, it's unbelievable that I get a chance to promise myself to the person I consider my greatest friend. It is amazing that a regular guy like me was able to convince such a beautiful, talented, and driven woman to be my wife. Today, in front of all of our family and friends, I promise to love you, cherish you, and endlessly pursue your heart. As I sat down to write these vows, I tried to think of all the adjectives that would describe you perfect. But truthfully, even all of them strung together don't do you justice. There are only 2 words I want you to take away from this entire day, this entire experience, from the bachelorette party to the rehearsal dinner to the ceremony. And that's this: it's you. From the day I met you, it was you. Always has been, and forever will be. Psalms 118, verse 24 says this: "This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it." And today is the easiest day of my life to rejoice.
Austin, Russell, Sebastian, I love you. We're finally here. When I was a little girl, I always dreamed and prayed for a man like you. Our love in this day is like a dream come true, a prayer answered perfectly from our Lord himself. For today we become one in front of all our loved ones. I thank Jesus for the honor of going through life with you. I promise to honor, encourage, and support you through our walk together. When our way becomes difficult, I promise to stand by you and uplift you so that through our union we can accomplish more than we can ever alone. I promise to work at our love and always make you a priority in my life. But truthfully, I see these vows not as promises and instead privileges. I get to laugh with you and cry with you. I get to run with you and walk with you, even if it's not as much as my mom would like. Care for you and share with you, build with you, and live with you. I get to have you be the person I spend the rest of my life with. I get to be there for you and support you, and I couldn't imagine it any more of a perfect life. You're truly my very best friend. You are the most faithful, caring, funny, protective, loyal, hardworking, compassionate, and loving man I know. Building this family with you is something I only saw in my dreams, and I am beyond lucky to get to live it. So let's continue to build a home of laughter, love, and support. Let us create a warm and welcoming space for our family, for the good times and the bad times. Let us be home to each other forever and ever. I am yours for the rest of our days. I love you.
Okay. By the power vested in me by the state of Indiana, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss your bride.
Okay, there's a lot of people in here. This is kind of nerve-wracking. Okay, well, I'll start off by telling you who I am. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Maryashly's sister-in-law, Mackenzie, and I'm married to her brother, Christian, who's right over there. While growing up for several years in a row, my annual Christmas and birthday wish list consisted of two simple things. One, to have a pet horse, and two, to have a baby sister. Let me speak on that second wish for a moment. Of course, I have always looked up to my older brother, Kyle, but I wanted somebody who I could teach, somebody who could look up to me. I never got my pet horse, obviously, but when I married Christian, I finally got my little sister, Maryashly. They both had to experience a lot of major life changes all at once when they found out they were expecting a little girl over a year and a half ago. I remember when Mash and Austin told our family the big news. I started crying, and Mash did too. And she looked at me and she said, "Are you mad?" And I said, "Why would I be mad?" And she said, "Well, I knew you wanted a baby so bad. I thought you wanted to be first." And I said, "No, I'm relieved. I wanted to see how your baby turns out first before I have one." Well, she obviously turned out perfect. When she came into this world, it was life-changing for us all. She filled our whole family with so much love. Dave and Rose became Roro and Papa D, to a grandchild they had always been waiting for. Austin and Mash quickly proved how well they complement each other as a team. Lily and Rose has already changed so much, and it's overwhelming how quickly it's happening. But I'm so excited to watch her grow up and become just like her mom. Okay, so finally I'd like everybody to please raise your glass to Austin, Mash, and little Miss Lily and Rose. It's been amazing to sit back and watch the life you all have created together already, and I can't wait to see where this journey of marriage takes you guys. Cheers to the Sebastians.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to try to follow that. That's going to be a little hard to do. For those that don't know me, my name's Leah, and I've been Maryashly's best friend for the last 12-ish years. But my wish for both of you is not to forget the reason you both fell in love in the first place. To be quick to forgive and slow to anger, to communicate and always trust. Don't go to bed angry, and put each other above yourselves, and always strive to point each other and that little baby girl towards Jesus. So let's raise a glass to the bride and groom. May your marriage be something that your children wish to embody someday.
Okay, well, for those of you who all don't know me, Braden Sebastian, brother of Austin, co-best man. So I just want to say a few things about Maryashly and Austin. I'll start with Maryashly. I first met her at our house, kind of just a little subtle thing or whatever, just kind of first meeting her. And as you can attest to the Sebastian family, a little more laid back. That's how we are. That's how we are. So coming in, met Maryashly, very excited, very outgoing, crazy good personality, and I love that. And that's how I want to describe Maryashly. So that's Maryashly. Love her. To Austin. Okay. Austin, you're my best friend. I love you, and you've always been there for me, no matter what. And I just wish you all nothing but the best. And I love you. And I love Linda Rose, wherever she's at. So that's it. Wish you all the best.
Jeez, bro. That was tough. It's going to be tough to follow up. What a time, huh? Seriously, I'm surrounded by some of the most beautiful people I've ever seen in my life. We're here in celebration of these two incredible individuals. We're drinking alcohol. We have country cooking. Seriously, the photography, the hard work that's gone into this, honestly, the groomsmen, the bridesmaids, everybody, parents, family. I just want to give you all a round of applause really quick for all the hard work that went into this. Seriously. From the bottom of my heart, I can't thank you all for letting me be a part of something bigger than myself. That's all I could ever ask for. For those of you who don't know me, to some people in here, I'm probably a new face. To some people, probably a little bit more familiar. And just to be honest, to some, this face might be a little bit of a pain in the ass. And that's totally okay. I'll take that. That's totally fine. It is what it is. However, I've realized that I'm getting older. I just turned 25 in April. It's hit me a little bit earlier. I started to realize that life is honestly, it's like a book. You've probably heard this before, right? Life's like a book, and then in the book you have chapters, and then the pages make up the chapters, and then on those pages you have certain characters that show up. Some characters are on there a little bit more frequently. Some are on there a little bit later in the story. You got to keep reading to find out, and some you hear at the beginning, you never hear again. I'm thankful that there's two characters that are actually here right now that have changed my life and have made me the man that I am today. And Austin Sebastian is one of those.
I'm Maryashly's baby brother. I didn't know this was happening, so here I am. But I spoke to this a little bit last night. I'm not going to make it long because I know we want to dance and have a good night. But I'm the baby brother to Christian and Jacob. Can you all put your hands up? Jacob, put your hand up. So, as Maryashly knows, Austin probably doesn't know this as well, but we are very protective brothers. When her boyfriends in junior high used to call the house, we'd answer. And we would say, she's not here, or this is the worst one. We would say, she's on the toilet. And so what I'm saying is it's very hard to pass our judgment. But Austin was a very quick exception. I remember I got home one day, and I noticed something in the corner of my eye, and I look, and somebody's shooting basketball in the driveway. And I was like, who could that be? I was like, my brothers don't shoot anymore. And I pull up, and Austin's just out there by himself, just shooting away, making every shot, and I start getting nervous. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, who is this guy? And it turns out that he's my new brother. And he is by far the best man I've ever seen with Maryashly in my life, and for good reason. And that's more than anything I could ever ask for as a baby brother, is for someone to protect her to honor her, to make her feel like a queen every single day. And the torch is yours, man, and you've done a hell of a job with it. And my last thing I want to say is just to Maryashly. And I know there's a lot of coworkers here, family here, a lot of people that support her and love her. And I'll say this again and again. I've been thinking it the past few days over and over. But Maryashly, whether you like it or not, is probably the strongest woman you'll ever meet. And I mean it wholeheartedly. She's courageous. She's daring. She can be pushy at times. Trust me. But there's no other woman I would want to have guiding me through my life as a child and now as a man. And she's going to guide her family just the same. And Austin, I know you will too. So let's raise our glasses to Austin, Maryashly, Lily, and Rose, and everybody involved in this wedding to a happy life and a good night.
I'm here with the squad, everybody tryna go. Yeah, the party jumping off, and we putting on a show. Tryna catch a vibe,